Assalamualaikum and hi. Our group is choosing Leon Fuad Berhad for doing our assignment 3. First of all, I will talk about the history and the background of the company. Leon Fuad Berhad has founded in 1972 and the chairman for now is Dato Ang Ahok or Ang Sopo. He was appointed to the board on 6 November 2012. He graduated from Tunku Abdul Rahman College in 1974 with the accountancy qualification ACCA awarded by the Association of Chartered and Certified Accountant of United Kingdom. He is a member of Malaysian Institute of Accountants, a fellow member of Association of Chartered and Certified Accountant of United Kingdom, and also a member of Malaysian Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrator. He began his career in 1974 when he joined the audit firm Turkut Young Company. He has no family relationship with any director or major shareholder of the company and has no conflict of interest with the company. And next, I will talk about the main activity of the company. The company is primarily in the business of trading and processing of steel product, specializing in roll, long and flat product. The company focus in carbon steel, which the majority are mild steel and complemented by stainless steel and alloy steel. The company also have in-house facility to undertake cutting, leveling, shearing, profiling, bending, and finishing of product as well as production of expanded metal. Within trading activities, the company carry a wide portfolio of steel products, which flat products such as coil, plates, sheet, and welded tubes and pipes, welded rectangle and square section, and long products such as bar, rod, shaft, section, angle and channel, and seamless tube and pipe. As part of a company value-add activities, they also undertake processing activities which including cutting, leveling, shearing, profiling, bending and finishing, as well as production of expanded metal to service the need of our customer in different industry sector and for various applications. The company also trades specialized steel materials such as tool steel and non-ferrous metal products such as bronze, brass, aluminium, and copper.
Now, I would like to discuss about the question 2, where is analysis on Sharia and non-Sharia compliance screening. Islamic banking concept applied in the product. Sharia is the origin and basis of Islamic banking. For example, Islamic laws and sometimes the Islamic jurisprudence refer. Within the Islamic way of the life and Sharia framework, Islam imposes its ahkam, or in modern terminology sometimes referred to as norms or values, on its believers. These laws or values are not man-made, rather they are ordained by Allah. They are derived from the source of Sharia such as Al-Quran and Al-Sunnah. Banking and financial activities, being part and parcel of muamalat, are therefore subject to the Sharia laws on muamalat. Learned from Leon Berhad annual report, we know that they have two Islamic banking principles applied in the product, which are Musharaka and Awsaf. Musharaka is sharing and mixing shares of two or more parties to make them interchangeable. They combine their assets, labor, and liabilities to make profit. They share the profits and losses of the company according to the predetermined ratio. Buy Awsaf is to exchange a price for price in the same or different currency, that is, exchange in currency. In the exchange of price for price in the form of currencies, Islam has put certain rules to limit the use of money strictly as a medium of exchange. The purpose of Islam putting the rules is to prevent the pricing of money and use of it as a form of commodity. Structure or modus operandi apply in the product for selected banks. For Musharaka Islamic banking concept, Leon Berhad ensures that the company maintains a strong credit rating and healthy capital ratios in order to support its business and maximize shareholder value. The group manages its capital structure and makes adjustments to it in light of changes in economic and business conditions. To maintain or adjust the capital structure, the group may adjust the dividend payment to shareholders, return capital to shareholders, or issue new shares. There were no changes in the group approach to capital management since the financial year end 31st December 2018. The group is not subject to any externally imposed capital requirements. The group monitors capital using a gearing ratio, which is net debts divided by total capital plus net debts. Net debts comprise bankers' acceptance, bank overdrafts, term loans, and lease liabilities less deposits with licensed banks. Cash and bank balance, whilst total capital is total equity of the group. For Buy Awsaf, Leonhard Berhad will record the transaction in foreign currency in Ringgit Malaysia using the exchange rates prevailing at the dates of the transactions. Monetary items denominated in foreign currency at the reporting date are translated to the functional currencies at the exchange rate on the reporting date. Non-monetary items denominated in foreign currencies are not retranslated at the reporting date, except for those that are measured at fair value are retranslated to the functional currency at the exchange rate at the date the fair value was determined. Exchange difference arising on the settlement of monetary items and on the translation of monetary items are included in profit and loss for the period except for exchange difference arising on monetary items that form part of the group net investment in foreign operations. That's all for question 2. Thank you.
Good day to Madam Latifa. Today I'm going to explain on the quantitative screening for the company Leon Fuad Berhad. My name is Ranjini Selvam, metric number 259494. Firstly, let us look into the Sharia quantitative assessment, which is of first tier. For the first tier, we have calculated on the level of other income generated in the company Leon Fuad Berhad. To calculate this, firstly we divided the other income, which includes of the interest income plus rental income divided by the company's turnover. Upon calculating it, we get a result of 26.07%, which reflect that it exceeds the benchmark of 20%, because SAC have revised its benchmark and it's now 20%. So as per the calculation here, it reflects that with a 26.07, it is considered to be a non-Sharia compliant as it exceeds the benchmark. This is because once a company is obtaining other income which is not including of the primary business activities, it means that the other income which here is comprised of interest income and rental income is a prohibited element. So, and since as it exceeds the benchmark, it reflects that it is non-Sharia compliant. Let's move to the next quantitative assessment, which is we carried out a debt screening. Firstly, we assessed it in terms of liquid asset to total asset. So for calculate this, we divided the cash or cash equivalent over the total assets of the company, and we obtained a percentage of 6.20, and according to this part, the company is still considered to be Sharia compliant. And the ratio here also reflects that the company is not operating with excess cash, so it will not result in a return which may have the element of interest. But in order to be to be listed as a Sharia compliant company, a company has to fulfill all the other benchmarks. So taking that into consideration, we are going to now look at the next screening, which involves the calculation of debt to asset. While calculating it, we divided the total debt, which is also known as the conventional debt, which includes like borrowings with interest such as term loan, bankers acceptance, bank certificate, divided by the total asset of the company, and we obtained a percentage of 40.9%, which is clearly reflects that it exceeds the revised benchmark, which is of 33%. Once a company has a higher debt ratio, it means that it is operating with a debt structure. When a company is operating with a debt structure, it can be reflected in the company's shares, because it can be when an individual purchases the certificate, it will reflect on the company's total debt instead of reflecting the company's total asset. So in turn, it will result in the investors to have a return in terms of interest. So in such way, Islamic investors are prohibited to invest in a company with a higher debt ratio. So it is considered to be a non-Sharia compliant as it exceeds the benchmark set by the Sharia Advisory Council. Now we are going to look in terms of the receivable to asset. The account receivable to asset obtained a percentage of 24.04, which is still under the benchmark of 33%. So as I mentioned earlier, it is important for a company to fulfill all the other benchmarks in order to be listed in the Sharia compliant. So according to just this table, just this ratio, the company is still Sharia compliant. So in conclusion, Leon Fuad, which is failed to meet its debt screening by having a 40.9% of debt ratio and also exceeding its other income with a 26.07, is the main reason why the company was delisted from Sharia compliant companies. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi doctor, so now I will continue with what is my opinion to the company regarding this issue. So based on my opinion, if the company is emphasized on being fully Sharia compliant, it would not have focused more on income which is based on interest. As Islamic totally prohibited riba, which is interest, the company have been delisted from the list of Sharia compliant company. And this is because the Companies Act, which doesn't take the matter as serious and do not comply with the rules and regulations of Sharia. Besides, the reason why this company did such things is maybe because the company might think that they would generate more revenue or profits if they go in conventional line compared to the Islamic one. Furthermore, the company is also giving more importance on generating high amount of revenue or profits rather than following Sharia rules, and this is one of the reason why the company have changed from Sharia compliant to non-Sharia compliant. So moving to the next is the potentials and challenges for the company to be listed again as Sharia compliant company. So since this company is a well-known company, well-known growth company, to have many transactions in such case, if this company is to be intend to be listed again as Sharia compliant, they have to take the effort in terms of achieving the Sharia compliant title again. Moreover, this company, which is a popular steel product company, which has its own business, has the permissible line of business, as per Islam, have deviated from its purpose when it only focus more on profit maximization. This also reflects that there is a chance for this company, which is Leon Fuad Berhad, where they have a lack of understanding towards the Sharia compliance, and that is why they did this. Since it has been delisted, the challenge for them to be listed back again, they have to make some changes in terms of the transactions they have established with their partners or subsidiaries before this. Other than this, they will be in a profitable situation may not take steps to be listed again, as it involves many obstacles and new implementation of contracts of rules in order to make it in relevance to Sharia. So unless they really want to be listed again in Sharia compliance, so the decision is on their hands whether to take up this step or not. Apart from this, Leon Fuad Berhad should give more importance and validity to their earnings. It can be done by pairing up with businesses or enterprises which have their businesses or service which are not prohibited by Islam. The challenge here will be cutting off the existing partnership with such companies, as they have gained profit from it as well. So stopping or reducing participation in such companies would inflict or would harm and hardship on their investors as well. So that's all from me. Thank you.
For the conclusion, what have I learned from this assignment is, in the process of determining the Sharia status of listed securities, the Sharia Advisory Council (SAC) developed several basic Sharia criteria as a guidance. The criteria were based on the Quran and the Sunnah, as well as the general principle of Sharia. In this process, the SSA focused on the core activities of the company, such as goods and services that were offered to their customer. The SSC gave further consideration to companies that were involved in both Sharia compliant and non-compliant activities, by applying the concept of maslahah, public interest, and umum balwah, common plight. For this purpose, specific benchmark and additional criteria such as interest income and image were formulated to enable the SSC to determine the Sharia status of such company. In such case, where the financial contribution from the non-permissible activity fall below the benchmark level, the SSC will classify the securities of this company as Sharia compliant.